Then I welcome you to the next daily VOD review. So we actually have skipped a little bit of time, but we can make up for it. So we'll actually review the first loss of the day, because the other ones were not a loss. Or I can actually review this one. Let's see, because I think this was a game that I could have won as well.
Now traveling to Paris, ready for battle.
I think this was quite a playable game. So we start here, it's not strictly a Sojourn in the start, because we start with Tracer. But I think I will play Sojourn later.
Ready for battle.
So it will still be mostly a Sojourn VOD review. Just one comment about Tracer, connecting with my Winston and Echo and Ballistic Lucio, and then we will see how it actually went. So here I hear the Winston jump. I think the first mistake was to even peek here before Winston jumps, but honestly do not know how to follow up this Winston jump with Tracer like this. If he jumps straight up, it automatically means we need a reset right after. So he should jump up so we can walk through, and then he should just drop and be reset shortly. And because enemies cannot drop to punish us hardcore, so he doesn't need to use bubble, he can just drop right away and get healed back up. And then we lose 3-4 seconds and we can reset under the bridge, and we can walk through like this. But he uses everything, especially his life and his bubble, and now we need longer to reset, and he also nearly dies. Echo also goes here too hard, because as I said, you cannot execute this dive with your entire team. So I don't think that my flank here is entirely wrong. I also don't think that there was a correct way to follow this up with Tracer. Yeah, I just get random shots. I mean, but that's mostly because my tank, of course, fully disengages, and we have no pressure whatsoever left, basically. So I should. So this is of course random. This is Torbin's on point, but there should be some pressure on me now anyway. And that way, I don't think that from my current understanding, I don't think there was much I could have done. This is of course fully trolling, but again, I'm totally lost on how to engage with this Winston. So you heard this jump, but apparently he just jumped on high ground. So I kind of didn't check where he goes, and this was one of the mistakes here. Because here, after this Mega House pack, I should realize I need first to reset and not hold on to the old plans. I need to reset, check where's my team, maybe peek a little bit to find out where the Hanzo is, where the Torpedo is, where the turret is, understand what my win condition is, and then execute together with Winston when he goes actually in. But here I didn't check, so I was holding on, and my team is Winston's on the front, so I go kill something on the back, but this is of course a big fail. So here, this is now my fail. So if you're a Tracer, orient around the tank, for that you need to check where your tank actually is. Do not just think where he should be, but really check where he is, because your gameplay depends on it. And here I'm so far away, I need to triple blink across the entire map, and this is honestly garbage play. So if I blink in here, I don't see a tank, I need to instantly say, okay, then I just reset, go back out here, and then I either go for this Huspec and re-engage there. Oh, I don't even know. Or go back and just wait. Apparently there's nothing I can do here. So here I used everything, so you see now, they all look at me. Oh, look at me, oh, look at me, but what do I get for it? What could my team do with this? All look at me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why? I went in too early. And also, this was a set, I heard Winston jump before, it was an excuse. I actually decided what I will do before I heard the jump even. So it was even a non-factor, I just went in blind. And I just got caught, poked out for it. So I threw the game here. So even, so with my tank actually of the first fight, I might say, okay, yeah, now because he played wrong, he needed a longer reset than he should have taken. So here the reset should be 3 seconds, that it was 10 seconds maybe. But that's all, he wasted 10 seconds, but I wasted far more than this. So, because what I did is I went in, used my recall and went out of sync with my team, which means I went in, did nothing, went out, and now when I'm out I need to wait for my crew to come back. My Winston went in, they were engaged 4 and 5. So basically I threw the next minute basically. Waiting for the rest, listening to stuff, but I don't hear my Winston doing anything. Okay, here waiting for my Winston. So I didn't see where he is, but I heard him, that way it's okay. Oh, far too shaky. I need to also cool down my aim. I'm so scared. think that was the most mistake. Also, there was no strict reason to fight this Hanzo and this Kiriko. If you watch this, now Kiriko is out of the fight for 1, 2, 3 seconds. If I just turn around, I could have gotten a free mercy. I could have gotten the kill on the top together with Winston. You see how easy this was? And what they... Because the Kiriko was out. Right? Kiriko is gone. It was such a fail, this gameplay. And the thing is, in theory, and that's the important thing, chat. In theory, I know that this is a fail. I knew in the games that it was a fail. I knew before the games that this is not how you play Tracer. I know it. I could review a Tracer 500 error above this and still see errors. I fully know that this is totally gold gameplay or silver gameplay. But I'm never playing it. That way I really don't have the training. That way I want to make up for training, but just by looking more intensely about how stupid this is. Just if you do your own watch reviews, just how do I formulate it? How strong your information is triggering another adaptation, and this is therefore triggering saving the patterns, the gaming patterns into your brain. Is also decided by how strong your emotions are for a specific thing. So the more stupid you feel by looking at this, the better it gets ingrained into your brain. And look how stupid this is. This missing damage from Tracer. Now look how dead this Kiriko should have been. Look how much they shouldn't have had a lens for the Winston because they should have been low. I mean, of course, you can also say, oh no, why did my team attack the Orisa? Well, because they maybe don't have the jump. Maybe the speed was a cooldown. But where's my blink onto Kiriko? Right? Now, one thing I'm not entirely sure is if I should, in this situation, attack the Orisa together with my team, or if I should attack the Kiriko. This is one thing I really don't know. If you kind of stack up damage together with your entire team, because honestly, that's a little bit more, like, if you add now 200 damage from the Tracer, does really matter so much? Because in a pool of 4 players shooting one target, is it already enough? Or distracting the Kiriko actually giving you better results? Now the thing is that if you combine your damage with your team, you can have a more safe positioning, because I could be inside bubbles, so nothing can shoot me basically. And you also create an easier time for your support to heal you, so it's a lot safer. So Kiriko is actually kind of a threat for me as Tracer as well, because there's like one headshot melee combo, I can die instantly without the time to react, in theory. So I don't know. But because I make stupid plays, like jumping off the cliff and dying to a random Hanzo spawning somewhere random, I will never find out. Because my stupid play, I couldn't test anything with my stupid play. And the other thing is, as I remember in this game, I totally tilted at my team after this gameplay, which is even more stupid. And my stream title for today is Fight the Tilt, because of this game. Like, I made such stupid gameplay, and I got actually tilted at my team, like, imagine. And even though I knew that my idea was wrong, that I did all this garbage stuff, it's just I need to really put it into my brain that this game is stupid. So the game was stupid, and the tilting was even stupider, more stupid. The stupidest. Lol. I actually forgot that Kiriko exists. I actually cleansed yourself. Oh, but actually, the first time I saw this cleanse animation, look how beautiful it is. I'm a flower blooming. Pew. Beautiful. Man, such a super Tracer. Oh, like really go uninstall. I shouldn't play ever Tracer ever again. Okay, I think I couldn't do anything for the Echo. Okay, I thought I could blink up, so apparently I couldn't. That's also okay. The experimenting thing is not a mistake, right? That's totally fine. Now the question is, I see Hero Hanzo. Should I do this? The answer is no. The answer is no. So again, what did I say before last fight? What was my mistake? Does Clat, do you remember? What was my mistake? I know I asked you, but I don't give you the time to answer. I had a plan in mind, and I went for it without rechecking what my team does and where they are. And here I do the same with this. I do not check where my team is. Tilt, yes, but you don't see on my gameplay if I tilt or not. It's more like if you see my face, you see it instantly. But I mean, I'm just walking forward. How this is, you don't see tilt, but I don't see where my tank is. I don't know what my team is doing. I have no idea if Lucio is also doing something or not, which means at any moment I'm doing this, everyone of the enemy team can decide to randomly help the Hanzo. They can decide to ignore him, they can decide to help him. So Kiriko can port up and left click, mercy damage boost, Hanzo, so I'm here in a 1 vs 3. Torbjorn can just throw a turret up there. Who knows? Torbjorn can just walk up here with his E and he's fast. There can be a random Rooster Spear, so random things happening. And it's not random, because I'm the only target. And I should not have went in, because I already have Hanzo's attention and I cannot get more. Right? And I should check where my team is, listen for his footsteps, and not go in here. I kinda understand why I went in, because I kind of want a one-on-one training. Because I honestly want to know if my one-on-one skills, how they fare up in this level. I don't play Tracer on this level, so I have no idea how the mechanics of other players are. As you can see, the turret has better aim than Hanzo. And here, it's one of the situations that you're not allowed to do. And the thing is, the clients in Overwatch are not synchronized with the server perfectly. It's actually synchronized quite bad. So, if there's an enemy standing in one room and the other enemy peeks him, he gets a peeker advantage. So one enemy standing in the room sees the other one peeks and it starts moving. The one coming in gets a peeker advantage. So even if the one starts moving, for the peeker, the one who moves, he's still standing still. Because there's a slight delay. And the shot counts are still registered on client. And this is what happens here. When Hanzo peeks me, he sees me walking in a straight line. I will never have the reaction time to start dodging because of the client synchronization. Even if I start dodging after I see him, it is too late. He can already shoot by seeing me moving in a straight line. An easy shot for every Hanzo above high gold, I guess. Yeah, well, maybe not on Tracy because Tracy has a different movement speed, so maybe plat. Okay, so for every plat Hanzo, this should be an easy shot because I'm not dodging. So for this I really need to engage my listening better. That's why I lost this one-on-one. So even though I failed in-game, maybe at least I learned something. The question is if I would just remember this. And also the entire team fight is scuffed because my teammate just went in 4-on-5 because I was dead. Okay? Like, none of this matters. Like, whatever I do here, I will not be able to push the payload. I'm even skipping it. Maybe I have mechanical things I did wrong, maybe I had things I did right, but the entire fight doesn't matter. Yeah, so I confirmed the mechanics of these people is totally garbage here, but so are my mechanics. What is this cluster placement? Looking at the ground. Oh, I was thought about this not being able to get the mercy here. This is even outrageous to get the mercy, but we can't. I lose track of her. Dodge the pulse bomb. Now I check my team and I hide. It's his first smart thing maybe I did the entire game. That after I landed myself in such a stupid situation, I at least checked that I need to reset. So here I had the plan to pulse bomb with the crew. I think this plan is okay. Get a random dodge. I think I could have blinked a little bit more to his right side and then it would have been easier hit. But such slight mistakes are really irrelevant for him now. Because so here I actually waited for my team to do something, I think. So you see me shortly looking at Kiriko and Sigma, and because they both have some range, right? So they do not jump in like Winston, they have now some range. That's why I estimate now they are in fight. And also see Mercy flying around, I see stuff happening. So I decide now this is time to execute, and I think this was correct now. So it still might be a little bit premature, so I could have taken my time. But this was a lot better than the one before, right? So this is still okay. Here I'm tilting again because I'm hammering my need healing button. I just don't understand why I'm not getting any heal. Like I really needed support there. Would have enabled me so much. actually has all cooldowns. Like, can't just teleport up and heal me. But actually doesn't, and that's why I'm tilting so hard and raging so hard. Like, I'm only walking up here because I'm trying to peek her. That's just stupid. Let's turn around, go for the health pack. Like, there's a mega health pack on the left side I can blink to here. Or I can go back and go for this mega health pack. Right, takes some time, but whatever. Better than peeking the Kree here for Kiriko because it never teleports. And both options will still be better than tilting on the Kiriko. Because the thing is that she's of course a bad player. In the sense that she's not Grandmaster, so of course we're all bad players. But the thing is that I'm also dragging myself down for no reason. Like there is no reason why this Kiriko should be at the same on the same level as me. So even if she's worse, maybe she's just ranked lower, right? So it's just matchmaking. So why would I tilt her? That's just stupid.
No time for games. Let's move this.
Okay. Went in solo, didn't wait for my team. So this was still a tracer mistake. And now my team is 4 and 5 again. I'm throwing so hard. Okay, I was confused why I heard the Kree. I think I tunnel vision a little bit too hard here. Could have fallen back and checked what the Kiriko is, because I heard her earlier. So I think when going there for the long round was wrong. I could have just pressured what's on the front. And for my flank I gave up pressure for no reason whatsoever. We just needed to walk in this team and we have won this. But split it and lost for that. Or in the process of losing, I have to say. Cool. Yeah, this should be irrelevant. Let's random poking. Waiting for spots. So I charged my railgun, but there was a target right there. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think the flank was a little bit too long. This execution just takes too much time. I should have tried to find a fast execution of the soldier that was also there as target. It's a soldier, not soldier. Do I think they have a soldier? Strange. I mean, I can see in the top left that they don't have a soldier. I thought he was already dead. Underestimated the Kiriko. I want to watch this as a perspective of Merlin. Double jump across just to help me. Slightly messed up his rotation, so he first bombed them away before he hit, and that's why he didn't hit the second one. Like if he left clicked first and then bombed, then would have killed Mercy. Good earlier. So they're all trying what they could. To actually react to my corner play. Okay. So my team actually tried.
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself together. Let the Kitsune guide you.
But I think pushing this Hanzo there is kind of correct. You kind of need to clear this area before you need to kind of continue.
This ends now.
What? What?
This ends now.
I mean... Ah, it was a left-click headshot. Man, I wondered, man, I headshotted him here. Why did he have so much HP left? No, there was a headshot with a left-click. It was a primary fire, not with a railgun. Yeah, I think I really should not primary fire during these interactions. Really focus on your railgun. And the second railgun shot is a body shot. Like headshot, instant body shot. You don't even need to wait for a charge. No, so the thing is, chat. With your ult, the railgun charges very fast, right? So look at this. Well, I'm still alive, of course. Yeah. Right?
This ends now.
So of course we need to wait until I hit again. So imagine this would have been fully charged body shot, right? You don't go for headshots, you go for a fully charged body shot. That does 130 damage, so he has 70 damage left. The railgun always does minimum 30 damage. Which means from 70 he would have 40 left. So your second is only 20 charge. And look at my charge now before I can shoot again. Like you see how this is just instantly above 20. So just double body shot, don't even try for headshots. It's pointless, you need 2 shots anyway. Just double railgun body shot.
30 seconds remaining.
Last chance. Make it count.
And don't shoot in between, really just focus on the railguns. It doesn't matter if you hit extra shots in between or not, it really doesn't change anything. Just hit focus on hitting the 2 railguns without any distractions.
Clear out. I've got your number. Didn't come this far to quit now. Enemy down. I'm on fire.
Yeah, honestly, despite my fail on tracer, my team carried me really hard here. So actually pushed through till in the end.
Not your
Okay.
finest hour.
So this is just boring, I don't know where I even watch it. There's
Ready for battle.
not enough opportunity to do something wrong. Oh, I found where I died. No, okay. Here again, I got the idea of this detection again. So what's happened here is Sigma went for high ground defense, but he never left high ground. The problem is that Lucio is back here because he picked late and didn't appear, and Sigma still just AFK'd on high ground. So there was no real correct decision from my side. Because basically a 4-5 from start. So you can... because as defender you don't want to win fast, right? So going full risk is wrong. So you want to play it as slow as, lose as slow as possible. But you have, if they are pushing you with 5 people and you're only 4... Yeah, well, you really are kind of out of luck, basically. I think charging on tanks is fine, but I really should get out of the habit of railgunning the tank. Even if it's low. The thing is, the burst damage doesn't give me anything on the tank. Yeah, basically. But better burst some... so even if you shoot the tank half, but then you burst the Hanzo, and then continue to left to primary fire the main tank, what happens is that the main tank... sorry, the Hanzo will stop shooting for a second or two, and that the enemy supports have two targets to heal. Like adding 100 damage on a 500 HP target is only 1/5, but adding the damage onto Hanzo means he's completely low, he's scared, he will go back, he will not do anything, he will not ult, he will not use cooldowns, he will not push forward, all the things. It basically removes him from the fight for a few seconds. And that's removing from the fight means they are lacking the resources for the seconds, and it means that we still have resources, which means that every time you do that, you snowball a little bit more. So, of course, I mean, you get the chance of snowballing. Of course, if the enemy does the same with someone of your team, then it's a back and forth. But if you, but every time you try to get a chance that you succeed and the enemy fails, and because if you want to climb, you want to be a better player than the enemies, which means you are more likely to succeed than the enemy, which means you have like a 60% chance. The enemy has a 40% chance that they get the advantage through this back and forth. So I say, imagine imagine two players meet. They have a 50-50 chance of winning. Right? But now imagine one player is better than the other. Right? So the better player has a 60% chance of winning, the worst player has a 40% chance of winning. So if you now put a one-shot duel on them, like both at once, the worst player will 4 out of 6 times, and you will win 6 out of 10 times. Sorry, yeah, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10. But now if you don't go for a one-shot, but you increase the distance, so you actually don't win one-shotting, but you kind of can do several decisions. Then basically every single decision is 20% better than from the worst player. And this way, the scales will rise and rise and rise and rise until it's really, really unlikely that the worst player loses. Now the thing is, if the worst player actually succeeds in something, the scales will tip back. But because he's in general 20% worse than you, I call it 20%, it's not how percentages work, but you know what I mean. He's a 40% succeed rate, I have a 60% succeed rate. But if you're actually better, it's actually better than the enemies, it's actually better for you to not go for like this all-in scenarios, like do or die, but to actually try to get repeatedly better decisions than the enemies. And this is a general tactic for all games. Like if you play a shotgun hunt showdown or headshot duels in Counter-Strike, it's always the same. Like, try to go for plays where you are allowed to make several decisions if you are the better player. And usually at some moment you just feel that the enemy cannot keep up with your decisions. After some time you just feel okay that when he's outplayed. So in Counter-Strike it will be at some moment you will know there's a moment where you caught the enemy while he's reloading, and then you know you can go hard because then you have already won. In Overwatch you know you'll find a moment where you actually have cooldowns, enemies have not, so you can go with your AWP, with your slide, with your railgun. The Hanzo doesn't have lunge maybe. If Hanzo without lunge is slowly charging his bow inside your AWP, he's so fried. Like, and in showdown as well, you floor bangs them, wall bangs them, shoot them through walls, throw flashbangs, and every time they lose a little bit more HP, and at some moments they will panic so much that they start healing, and then you can just run them over. You just melee them basically, because you've already outplayed them. So then the win is very easy to take. Kind of skipping because it's kind of boring. I mean, just sitting back and sniping them because we have like a spam team. Where's my tank? Where's my tank? What? Ah, up here. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what to do here, so we just try to kill them harder than they kill us. I don't know. Yeah, this was a bad play. We got pushed down. Honestly, unexpected. I wasn't ready for getting pushed down. So I kinda waited for my team, but then still went in too early. Now, this is one thing I didn't figure out. So, I kind of want to defend this high ground off angle from them, because if Hanzo gets them, I kind of screwed. But my supports really don't want to support this. What should I do? Should I not go for this high ground angle? I think that's the correct answer, right? I have Signal Shield here, so play with the Signal Shield. So, the thing is that if I play here and try to defend it early, Hanzo can climb up on his terms, shoot me whenever he wants, and then fall back to his team, right? But if I play here, he actually needs to go further around. So if Hanzo goes up to here, or then tries to climb up this wall to shoot, then I can actually climb up and force him out harder. Because in this case, Hanzo has his one-shot ability, and I have not. So it's the opposite. He has a bigger advantage. So if I go to his face, I want to go fast and hardcore. Welcome back, Mr. Nasty. We missed you. So here, I waited again for my team, so this is good. Wait for my team. The bad thing is I did not play with my team. I didn't realize there was a Hanzo climbing, shooting at me. How do I mess this one up? I'm getting no value whatsoever, okay. I'm doing basically nothing. Not with my railguns. Yeah, so I really need cleaner railguns. So how do you get easier railguns? Like you cannot improve your aim. Say, oh, I want to aim better, then you aim better. No, but the thing is, if you are with your team and you charge your railgun, like look at this. Actually, I really believe them there. Bad example. I want a different example. Look at this from here. So what am I hitting here? Nothing, right? But if I would have been just with my tank from here. Now imagine I am next to Manuel Jackson. So also bad example because I have no idea what he's doing. But imagine I'm now here and spamming with him here. So I'm just here charging my railgun, right? I'm totally safe, I'm behind my tank, he has suck, he has shield, I will not die probably, he's the support auto look here. So I would have an easy time to charge my railgun through shield, while they cannot shoot me, but I can shoot them, so I get a railgun here. And now look at this Hanzo. Right? Look how easy this railgun shot would have been. He just clubs straight up, he's looking, he's dodging. He would have gotten this kill kinda easy. And so by changing my positioning, my behavior, my timing, I can get easier kills, easier hits. So I can increase my aim, not by aiming better, but by adjusting my gameplay better. Man, I'm getting hungry. But I think we will still do a few more matches before it's too late. Especially after this VOD review. And so, but what we see here is the previous task was this risk management stuff, of course. So it's not nothing new for you what I'm explaining right now. Just that I see that if I tilt, I still fall back to old patterns, which is bad. Man, the enemies can fully ignore me and still hit nothing. That's the thing, if I go for such like a flanks, I don't even get anything out of it and I'm just hard trolling. Basically. If I go for such flanks, I really need to make the kills. So I really need to go harder in, go closer, throw my orb, do the headshots from higher risk positions, and then I need to get the rewards. Like I'm there on the flanks, the enemies all ignore me. Like what is it? Okay, I think that was just unlucky. Okay, but I think this is where we end the review. So we have seen that our Tracer gameplay was really trash, so there was no reason to tilt over the supports. It should have tilted over my own gameplay. That's the first thing that we wanted to see. And we also saw that we just need to kind of readjust, stop more often and really check where is my team, what are they doing, and just realign the goals of the fight with my teammates. Now on Sojourn, what we saw is that I kind of try to defend flanks and do this solo stuff and so on, but the thing is that I just got no value out of it whatsoever. So the first thing was with ult, go for a double body shot, not for this low risk railgun and shooting between stuff. I really just go for a double body tap because it's easier and faster. And also, yeah, defending flanks and stuff just doesn't work. Like I'm not a Cree, I'm not a Cassidy, so I don't have a flashbang. I don't have the value. Like I need to charge my railgun first. I have long cooldowns, so if Hanzo just jumps up and shoots a random arrow in my face, he just has the upper hand. So what am I trying to defend? I'm just a free target for him in this instance. So it's not like I'm defending it. I'm just presenting myself as a free target, right? So this is something stupid I should also just not do. Just try to play more with the team, even if they mistake flanks and stuff. Because remember, if you don't appear yourself on the flank, you actually need to flank harder. Second thing is that they remove themselves from the main fight, right? So it's not like free value for them, it's not free real estate. No, they also have to drawback for that. It's not for free. So you can just trust your abilities that you will actually get your railgun fast enough and kill something while Hanzo is on the flanks looking for targets. And maybe that works out. Okay, so thank you very much for watching.